Itzy's new comeback, Kill My Doubt, was just released and it's amazing. Kill My Doubt is the 7th EP for JYP's 5-member girl group. Let's talk about it. Released July 31st, Itzy announced their return with Kill My Doubt, which is their first release of 2023. Including 6 songs, Kill My Doubt takes Itzy back to their roots while remaining true to their journey and progression. The first song on the album is Bet On Me, which was released as a music video at the beginning of July 2023. It's important to note that Itzy had been receiving a lot of hate since Sneakers, which was released in July of 2022. A lot of the criticism was for the song seeming like an ad and the concept being too much like Kidz Bop or too childish. Since that release, there has been even more controversy towards Itzy's comeback. Cheshire, for example, was stereotyped as Itzy trying to be more mature to cover up for Sneakers, and in my opinion, while both comebacks have both their pros and cons, neither of them deserved the hate. Bet On Me is the resolution to that story. Bet On Me follows the stories of the girls dealing with their own issues, including hate and self-criticism. As you can see in the video, the train car with Yuna has pictures and images from Checkmate and Boys Like You, the eras where Itzy received all that hate. The video details Yuna struggling with these images of herself, representing the struggle of hate. Each of the girls has their own story to follow in the music video. Rijin struggling with isolation, represented by the room and the fish. Yeji struggles with the storms and the marathons of life throughout the video. Leah is shown lost in a box, which I think represents boxing away emotions and pieces of ourselves. Leah's journey is finding and accepting those parts of herself that she once sealed away. Chaeryeong can be seen with many different versions of herself, maybe struggling to know which one is really her, but more importantly, accepting all of her, including her own cuts or shortcomings. I really love the way they did this song, because even the choreography does amazing storytelling with the girls sometimes being apart for their own journeys. Bet On Me feels like a throwback to Wannabe, which also had a similar vibe where each girl had their own story and message of growth. I would also like to touch on how Itzy's music videos have evolved over time, and how important Bet On Me is in that evolution. Itzy's music videos have always depicted the girls as having different stories. Take Icy, for example, where each girl is doing her own thing in New York City, or Wannabe, where each girl has completely different stories unrelated to each other but all sharing a similar message. In newer comebacks, Itzy shifted from individuality and focused more on the group as a whole and different themes like love, power, and curiosity. Bet On Me follows a more similar structure to their older music videos, which had individual storylines, but is different in that their stories all come back together. This, in my opinion, signals that Itzy is doing what they do best, but incorporating the new things they've been trying out in recent comebacks. And one more thing, Bet On Me is the first Itzy music video without a crown. It is important to note though that the music video doesn't include choreography at all. However, from the album spoiler and the album showcase that just came out, there is not a crown in the choreography. My guess as to why this is the first music video without a crown is because this is the first EP where Itzy released 3 music videos. However, if this is purposeful, I think Bet On Me makes sense as the song where there is no crown, because it's a vulnerable song of growth and healing. Again, this music video doesn't have any choreography, so it could just be a coincidence, but maybe the Itzy crowns mean more than we think. Kill My Doubt's title track, Cake, is a perfect message to follow Bet On Me, with themes that life is yours. The chorus describes it perfectly. Maybe it's not easy, anyway, up to you. Every day instead of worrying, just focus on yourself now. It's all fine. I think it's easy peasy. I think Cake is a brilliant addition to Itzy's main concept of self-love. You don't always have to fight to be you. Sometimes it's as easy as cake. Now I also want to mention that besides being just a really funny and I think amazing music video, Cake seems to also reference Squid Game quite a bit. You can see Yeji with an umbrella dalgona, and this doll with some soldiers that look pretty similar to the pink soldiers and doll from Squid Game. I think Itzy is referencing the difficulty faced in the popular Korean show to emphasize that life isn't like that. It doesn't have to be controlled. My life is mine in the end. You're you and I'm me. Isn't that enough? My personal opinion is that Cake is the perfect title track. When the spoiler came out, I wasn't so sure about it, but when the song released, I knew Itzy just released a peak EP and a 10 out of 10 title track. None of My Business is one of a few breakup songs that Itzy has released. None of My Business was also released as a music video before the rest of the album, releasing just 8 days prior. Now maybe I'm speculating a bit, but I think None of My Business being released early is Itzy saying that themes of love is not their main priority like the theme of self-love. Crazy in Love, which is personally one of my favorite Itzy comebacks, had a more obvious focus on romance, so maybe Itzy is dialing it back to the basics. After all, even their debut song is about self-love. But either way, None of My Business is a super catchy song, and the music video, done in typical Itzy style, is super refreshing to watch. That doesn't mean it's a basic song though. It was interesting to see Yeji and Leah rapping in this song. It's honestly just really fun to see, and for them to include more than one rap in a song. Another thing to mention is that None of My Business also does not include an Itzy crown in the choreo. While Bet On Me didn't have a crown, Bet On Me also didn't have choreography, so it makes a little more sense. None of My Business does have choreography in the music video, which is why it perks my interest just a little bit more that it doesn't have a crown. This makes me think that Itzy is being more purposeful where and when they include crowns, and if the crowns actually have more meaning than we think. Bratty is another call out from Itzy to the industry. The Korean napone actually translates to bad boy, according to Google anyway. Haters can call Itzy bratty all they want, but no matter what you say, I'll be just me. I also like that Itzy is showing a I couldn't care less attitude. I think it's an important message to show that it's okay to be bratty sometimes. Yuna eats up this concept and song so well, it's nice to see. Different from Itzy's usual sound, this song is just one of the songs that shakes things up in this album. The only love song in the album is an upbeat pop style song, Psychic Lover. I really like this song, and I think it's a perfect love song for Itzy. The reason I say this is because the concept of this song is a self-love story in itself. It's a message of trust. The story of Psychic Lover is that there are two lovers who still haven't found themselves 100%, something inside of you that is still unfamiliar to you. But even though these people don't feel perfect yet, they can trust in themselves and in each other that it will be okay, that they can be psychic lovers and trust the future. Sometimes it's okay to act boldly without calculating. The song talks a lot about not having doubts, which I think is perfect for an album literally titled Kill My Doubt. It works perfectly, and just like the rest of the songs in this album, it's different and unique. The last song in the EP is Kill Shot. This song I believe is told from the point of view of Itzy. The first verse talks about feeling the weight of having to be perfect, never messing up, and the weight of being an idol. The line, the thrown dice, refers to the gamble of the K-pop industry. Once again pushing, stacking trophy, bang bang they all fall down, which I think is talking about fans and haters pushing until Itzy is stacking trophies, and how powerful Itzy is with their kill shot. Itzy doesn't miss, making others all fall down. That's how I interpret Kill Shot. But I think we can all agree it's a song for the baddies, and once again very different from other Itzy songs. Kill My Doubt is the concept Itzy has been needing. It fits them perfectly as a group while highlighting them as individuals. With self-love as their main theme, it makes sense to incorporate touches of individuality while still keeping the girls' synergy highlighted. The boxing concept for Kill My Doubt works in my opinion, as it can stand for fighting for yourself, contradicting and complementing the title track Cake, which stands for taking the peaceful route. Indifference is better sometimes. All in all, I think bills were due because Itzy crushed it with this comeback. But what do you think? Let me know in the comments down below.